पॉलिसी बाजार पर 1 करोड़ रुपए का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस केवल 450 रुपए महीने से शुरू। Wow!
Bank frauds in India, why do these happen so frequently and where does this leave the system? We've got a great panel, but first I'd like to go across to Jaimini Bhagwati, the director of IDFC Bank, and Rajneesh Kumar, the former chairperson of SBI. Mr. Bhagwati, let me come across to you first. We can look at this through various prisms. There's the entire issue of bank fraud. Then we can look into the entire issue of insolvency in certain cases, the issue of recoveries as well. But ultimately, when it comes to Chanda Kochhar, isn't it an issue of trust that a leader of a bank as large as ICICI could betray the trust of millions across the country? How does one, how would one look at this in any way apart from that this is a woman who breached the trust of millions across the country with what appears to be an out-and-out case of corruption? I give you a loan, my husband takes back a small amount.
No, you're absolutely right. There is a breach of trust here. But there is a context to all this in the sense of what has been going on in the banking sector in our country. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that loan has been fully repaid. But I may be wrong because, there are so many items which are flashing across one's phone today because of this arrest of this high-profile person. But take a step back to look at long-term lending within India. You might recall the economic survey of 2016-17, and we keep talking about the twin balance sheet problem. The one side is the bank, and unfortunately, public sector banks are always held up to ridicule, and I strongly disagree with that point of view. And the private sector banks, and in this case, this is a private bank, which started off as a term lending institution in 1955 and did a reverse merger. Individuals can go wrong at various places. I would think that one needs to look at it systemically. And systemically, for one thing, we don't want to open up. Now, for instance, we are talking about, this is a relatively small loan that Mr. Dhoot has taken. If I remember right, there were Videocon Industries took 65,000 crores from Bank of Maharashtra, defaulted on it, and has only repaid 5,000 crores. So this goes on and on. So I'll stop here unless you want me to give more details about the background.